What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Venomcast. I'm your host, the one and only Mr. John K. Down below me, my co-host, the wonderful Kyle Zittle. Good to have you back, Kyle. It's been a while. And
Sir.
And joining us, we have a very, very, very special guest. We went through some technical difficulties, but we got it sorted out. Not the deer head, but we are joined today by Mr. Eric Breeding. How'd that get there?
Hey guys, how are you all?
Doing good.
Fantastic, sir.
Excited to have you on. That is for sure. As we were talking about before the podcast, some people might not necessarily know you that well, but Eric Breeding, the driver of the number 26 thin blue line Ford, most of the time. One time it was a thin red line Ford that looked really good. Eric has some of the most underrated paints in the league, I will say. Those things are sexy. Man, I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I get to hang out with you every Tuesday night. Zittle doesn't, because Zittle's a loser. Most everybody else. Zittle used to.
Zittle used to be my friend. I don't know. He's not my friend no more.
One glorious 16-week stretch. Eric and I were teammates.
Not anymore though, bum. Yeah, RNS superstar, one of them, Eric Breeding. Also one of the guys.
I don't know about superstar, but no.
If your luck was a little better, superstar for sure. Eric consistently runs good on a week-to-week basis. It really doesn't matter what track we go to. Eric's pretty solid, but gets caught up in a lot of other people's messes, which isn't fair.
I've made a mess or two of myself, so I mean, I ain't gonna blame everybody else.
I will. I'll blame everybody else for my incidents. I'm just kidding. But yeah, so I'm excited to talk to you. I talk to you every Tuesday. Like we said, it is Tuesday that we're recording today because we don't have a league race tonight. It is the 4th of July. Happy birthday, America. We all love America. We call him Officer Breeding for a reason. Eric serves this country on a day-to-day basis. So thank you, sir. It is appreciated, and we all love you for it. But that really, you are a police officer. That is why you run the thin blue line trucks. And, I mean, they are, I'm going to have to put some pictures in here of some of them. They are magnificent. They are some of my favorite trucks on the Venom grid, for sure.
I've actually got a new one that I've not run this year. It's kind of a spin off the old one, but it's got some of the chrome accents in it. I finally figured out the Spec Mac thing, and I've been kind of going wild with it, and trying not to over chrome it, but make it look just nice.
There's nothing wrong with a little too much chrome. Unless you're Corey Rutherford at Darlington, that thing was an abomination. Sorry, Corey, if you watch this. That all chrome truck was rough. I think it was, I want to say you ran it in the last race of the last race of last season. It was one of the thin blue line trucks, but it had the stars down the side that were chrome. I know you ran it.
Yeah, I think the last race of last season was the thin red line. I only lasted 5 or 6 laps on it, and it was in honor of a fallen firefighter that was here in the community. I may have run the one with the chrome stars on down the side. It's a version of that though. What I've got ready in the next race or two.
I'm excited. That was one of my favorite paint schemes last year. The chrome stars with that is, I think you're right. I think you had one with the thin blue line, and then you had one with the thin red line also. I mean, just a sexy looking truck. That thing was incredible.
Yeah, I've always tried, no matter what my sponsor or whatever is for the race, I've always had either the thin blue line or the Punisher with the thin blue line on it incorporated somewheres in the truck. Sometimes it might be harder to see than others, but it's always been in there somewheres.
That's what looks good about most of your trucks is that it's not in your face. It is very, like, when you get up near it or you look really close at it, that's when all the detail comes out, and that's what I like the most about almost all of your trucks.
Well, painting trucks is kind of like driving an iRace, I ain't that good at it, but I sure as hell have fun doing it.
I would venture to say you're pretty damn good at painting. Because you used to paint your trucks before you learned how to spec map too, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. And
yeah.
you had. I'm gonna have to pull up Discord because I need to go find them. There was one. I think it was like season 3 or season 4. It was. Oh man, it was like orange or something. It had some orange on it, and that was. Is it this one?
Was that the Spearhead Trails one where it had the mountains in it and
Yeah,
like the sunset?
I think so. Yeah, that was. I'm looking to see if I can find a picture of it because that thing was sick. Oh, there's a wild. I don't remember ever seeing that truck, but a wild turkey bourbon truck. That's a good looking truck too.
That one was nice.
I think I just run it one time. I can't remember where it was at.
It looked like Talladega, something like that. Yeah, it was Dega. That was a magnificent looking truck. Also, I'm gonna have to stop scrolling so I can keep talking. But yeah, I mean, some of the most underrated paints in the league come from this gentleman right here. So if you're ever watching a race on turn 200, make sure to keep an eye out for that 26 truck because it, chef's kiss, always looks good. Always looks good.
Thank you.
So I know before season 3, you upgraded your sim rig, if I'm correct.
That is correct.
You upgraded. Did you get the Sim Magic Alpha Mini?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So upgraded your setup for starting in season 3. What were you running on before that, and how did you get your start in iRacing or in sim racing in general? Because from what I've heard, you've been doing it for longer than people might realize.
I think I started sim racing in on iRacing probably 2012, 2013. I'd have to go back and look. Before that, I done all the Papyrus NASCAR games, and I even got into I don't know if you remember the old what was the name of the uh, R Factor. You remember that game or that?
Yeah.
That.
Yep.
You had the basic game, and then you had to download the tracks and the cars and stuff, and most of it was the user, whoever provided the cars, you just download them, and someone was better than others, But I've done a lot of R Factor, done a dirt track racing too. I don't know if you remember that one. I've done a lot of racing with it, but I had an old Logitech what were they, G25s, G27s, or something like that. I mean, it was just a dinosaur, and I got into iRacing mainly for, I'm a huge NASCAR fan. Ever since I was a little boy, I can remember my dad taking me to races at Bristol and to Coburn, and we have a couple other smaller tracks here that's known. Well, Kingsport's still running, but we had Cedar Hills. It's no longer there. We used to go over there and watch races. So as a little boy, I grew up going to the racetrack somewhere. Not every Saturday, but 6-8 times a year we'd be at a race somewhere. And so I always kept up with NASCAR, and I got into iRacing for oval tracks, NASCAR style racing. And when I got in there, I didn't really pay attention a whole lot to the road course stuff, but once I realized I sucked at over tracks, I started doing the some of the road course stuff, and I kind of enjoyed it. I went through a stretch there of a few years. I never even raced an oval race. I done mostly road course stuff. Never was any good at it either, but I enjoyed it more.
I feel that I'm not very good in the road cars either. You give me something, give me a NASCAR type vehicle like the Xfinity or the truck or the Cup car, I'll do all right. But oh man, I'm sure you'll agree. It's a completely different technique to drive a road car as opposed to a NASCAR. Especially, I mean, obviously at road courses, but it's a completely different style of racing.
Yeah, it's more you race the track than you do the other people on the track with you, and you're racing time and the clock. You don't worry about where you're at position wise is your strategy of where you're going to be at the end of the race, especially some of the ones that requires 2 or 3 pit stops and stuff like that. So you're just trying to lay fast, consistent times down, and the more consistent that you can be, the better off you're going to be. Now I'm not one of the ones that can rip off, whatever an average time is. You've got some of these road course ringers that gets in there that they'll do a second or 2 seconds faster every lap, and you're just like, where in the hell is it coming from? I'm not that guy. I can lay consistent laps down, but I can't do fast consistent laps.
Well, you had a pretty consistent run this season. Canadian Motorsports Park, Mosport, ended up with a top 5, 4th place finish, which, I mean, that track was extremely tough, but man, every time you got in Discord, you were so giddy. You're like, oh man, I just love this place. I love this place. And I was excited to see you get a good run.
For years. I mean, every time we come up for vote, I think you probably even asked Jeremy. Jeremy can tell you every time I was like, let's go to Mosport. Let's go to, that's one of my favorite tracks on that, or on iRacing. And I didn't know if I would be good there in a truck. I mean, I've raced some races, in the truck there whenever it would come up in the officials, but I knew I loved that track. Every vehicle I've ever raced on that track was I've felt comfortable in. And actually, if you remember, that was an update week, and it updated between Monday and Tuesday. And the update actually helped me get through turn 2 better. And everybody else was fussing about it, but I'm like, I'm actually launching off of 2 better than I was with the old update. So maybe that helped me a little bit or what. But you and Nathan and Andy, I mean, you guys is lights out. And I had a little scuffle there with Michael Dean. Not by, that was an accident. Didn't mean to get together. He got beside him when we tapped, and he spun, and I felt bad for that. And I told him, I went into his chat after the race, and I told him, I said, if you got within a half a second of me, I was just going to lay over and let you have it back. I knew I was going to get punted.
Hey Kyle, what do you? I was gonna say, Kyle, what do you think Michael Dean was thinking in that moment?
My ears is burning.
Yeah, that guy can't drive, bro. That guy can't drive, bro.
Sorry, Eric. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, that's fine.
That's funny.
But I think Dean,
that whole race, man, it was cool to see Eric running up there. Every time I looked up in my little standings I got in the corner, I was like, damn, look at Eric.
Yeah,
I had fun that race.
I would sneak a quick peek. I'm like, let's go. Me and Nathan running. Well, it was probably 1-3 at the time when I finally looked down and really, after pit stops, realized Eric was truly running P4. And he did. I do remember him saying, like, oh man, I got into Michael Dean like early in the race. I was so damn focused on just trying to not die. But I looked down and saw you're in P4, and you kept saying, if he gets to me, I'm just going to let him go. And I looked down, and Eric's in like 4th, and Michael Dean's in 5th. I'm like, holy cow. Like, those guys are having a great day. Like, that's so awesome to see. I love Michael Dean. Michael Dean's one of my guys, and obviously I love Eric. Eric's my favorite teammate. Don't tell nobody. But I'm probably gonna catch hell for that, but it's okay. But no, it's always nice to see you guys get good runs, and I love that it happened at a track that's special for you and that you really enjoy, because I mean, you don't always get that. Usually you're excited to go to a track. I'm speaking as from my own point of view from this past week. You're excited to go to a track, and then some stuff happens. You end up having not such a good night, and it seems like every time you go to a track you enjoy, it seems to happen. So I'm glad you got that run, because you definitely deserve it. I mean, you work your tail off all week long, getting ready for races and stuff. So it was definitely nice to see you get that good finish.
Yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed it.
So you did talk about running the road cars. What are some of your favorite vehicles to run? Obviously the trucks, run them every Tuesday night, but outside of the trucks, what does Eric Breeding do for fun on iRacing? What car does he hop into?
Really, I like the Mazdas. I mean, just if you just want to get in there and just run people over and just don't care, just get in one of those. I mean, that's because you got a mix of people that they don't know what they're doing, and then you got some that's really, really good. So I like getting in the Mazdas. I usually get the Ferrari. What are they? The 388s or what's that?
Oh, the GT3 car.
The GT3 Ferrari.
Yeah, usually that's my choice whenever I'm running in a sports car. I've never really caught on to the open wheel stuff. I've tried it, but I need a fender because I get into people. Open wheels that tends to send me into the wall or up in the air. So
I'm sure
I generally stick to something that's got a fender on it, so at least I can touch somebody and not completely kill everybody.
I understand that. I'm very much that way. Zittle, did you get put up in the air in your F4 race before this?
No, I didn't actually.
Oh.
It was actually pretty good.
That's surprising.
And I got excited when the iRacing incorporated the dirt tracks and the dirt cars. So there for a while, I've done a lot of dirt track racing, and again, just like with everything else, I'm not as good at it as what I'd like to be, but it sure is fun trying. This past winter, of course, the Chili Bowl gets me excited for the year. That's usually right after New Year's. We was chatting together on that, watching it live.
Yeah.
And so that got me into doing the Chili Bowl and getting into the midget cars, and so there was a few weeks there that's I run a lot of whatever the officials were for the week for that, and Brandon was trying to help me through on those and gave me some pointers, and it's fun. I don't have the time to put a whole lot of effort into, or a whole lot of time to put into iRacing that I like. So hopefully here in a few years I'll be retired, and that'll be all I'm doing, and you guys won't be able to beat me then.
Yeah, I'll never. Man, it was so much fun this winter. Obviously, I couldn't race. I was living with my girlfriend and her dad because I'd moved, and Brandon texted me during Chili Bowl week, and he goes, "Guess what I'm doing?" And I was like, "I don't know, probably watching Chili Bowl if I had to guess." And he sends me a picture of iRacing, and it's him and a midget. And there's another name on the scoring on the relative, and I was like, "What the hell's Eric doing in a midget?" I didn't know he ran dirt cars. And then come to find out, Eric loves Chili Bowl, and we stayed up till like 1:30 in the morning. It was you, me, and Brandon in a group chat just talking about the race and stuff. I mean, it was awesome. I also big fan of Chili Bowl. It's on the bucket list of things to go to. But it's like, man, I feel like this guy's been my teammate for like a year, and he's been my friend for a year, and I don't know the guy. Like he road races, he loves dirt racing. Like, well, who don't love dirt racing for starters? But But I was like, man, I did not know that he loved the Chili Bowl so much, and he was talking about things that have happened like years back, and I'm like, holy shit, who is this guy? I gotta know. Because I have it here. I don't have any explanation for it. There's funny stories. Do you have any funny stories that happen on iRacing? That whether it can be a league thing that nobody knows about, it could be just running into some random person in the Mazdas, sending them.
Oh, wow, funny story. I don't know what would be considered funny, or maybe me pissing somebody off, or
That's always funny. That's always funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I tell you, I don't know about funny, but one of the ones that I just want to duck my head under and hide is, was it Richmond or Martinsville when I hit Paul, and I mean I just come plowing in there from like a straightaway behind. Paul had wrecked, he had spun, and
Richmond.
Was it Richmond?
Yeah, I think so.
I was gonna say I don't know anything about this, so I'm intrigued.
I think it was Richmond because I remember being a part of that wreck too. I think it was last season.
Yeah, and Paul had spun. I don't know exactly what happened there, but he was sitting there, and I was literally a straightaway behind. And the caution came out, and that caution was going to put me back on the lead lap. And
okay, I do remember this now.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, and my leg was itching, so I reached down. I took my left foot off the brake, and I was scratching my leg. And as I started going around the corner, there was Paul sitting in the track, and I was still,
wide open.
Yeah,
and that was like 15, 20 seconds after the caution came out, and I just plowed into him, and I felt so bad. I just wanted to duck my head under. I just about disconnected. I felt so bad. I know Paul had it, and I don't blame Paul. He should have been aggravated at me because it was senseless and dumb. But there's been a few of those that I was like, after the fact, I'm looking like, well, Eric, what was you thinking? Yeah.
Somehow I remember that, and the conversation was just like, what happened? Like, I saw you run into him. What happened? And all I hear was, "Oh, my leg itched." Well, okay, so what happened?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know it wasn't Martinsville because Martinsville is the race where I ran into Paul under caution.
Mm-hmm.
Running second and blew up because I didn't know where the wreck was and just fucking drove straight into his tailgate and blew up. I was pissed because I was pretty good at Martinsville. One of my favorite, I don't know if it's necessarily funny, but when I was a youngin' in the league in my first season, my rookie season, we're running at Dover, and I'm racing Eric, and I'm still like, I haven't talked to Eric. Me and him aren't teammates. I was running on a different team with Carson and Paul, and man, I'm trying to get around him, and it late in the run, it is tough to pass at Dover. And I mean, it's getting late. I'm like, man, I need to get by him. I'm quicker than him. And finally, I get a run out of turn 2, and we're coming down the backstretch, and I go to hook a left, and then I realize I need to get up a little bit so we can be a little closer, so we can be side by side, and I'm not entering like damn near on the apron. So I turn right slightly, and the truck unloads, and I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna kill us both. I'm side by side with Eric. Eric's having a bad season because he's been wrecked out of like every race, it feels like. I'm like, and I'm just about, the truck's gonna unload on me. I'm going straight up into him and dying. Oh, watching the replay back, every lap we ended up getting side by side down the backstretch. We're both snaking because we both had crappy wheels. Because this is before Eric got his nice wheel, and I couldn't hold. I had a Thrustmaster T150. I couldn't hold the damn thing straight if my life depended on it half the time. And I mean, but the truck unloaded, and I felt it, and I was like, oh no, and I just let out of the gas and almost took him. I swear to God, I was pointing at his door when it happened. And I remember just I think I messaged you after the race, or I said something in voice chat when I finally got past you about, oh, sorry about almost taking you out, but I was so scared because I didn't know Eric, and Eric kind of scared me a little bit because he never talked or anything. And I was like, oh my god, I almost just straight up murdered this guy. Like we would have gone into probably into the catch fence in 3 and 4. But yeah, I thought for sure we were dead.
That wheel that I was using, there was so much slack in it. I could not drive it. I don't care what track it is. I mean, I was having to do that to keep it straight, and I couldn't race close to anybody because I was afraid I'd door bang them, and so a lot of times I would just lift to get out, to keep from causing a wreck or something. But yeah, I remember that. I was probably just as scared with you on the inside because I was like, don't hit him.
That's what you told me after the race. Oh god, I almost just took my camera out.
Take it easy, cowboy.
Yeah, we talked about that after the race. You're like, yeah, this wheel's like 20 years old and it has so much slack in it. And I was like, I had no idea because you weren't lifting at that point. It must have been late in the race because we were duking it out.
Yeah, it was close to the end. I can't remember how many laps, but it was close to the end.
Yeah, it was fun though. It was probably one of my favorite battles that I've had. I mean, it was just lap after lap. I was like, man, how do I get by this guy? How do I get by this guy? And then yeah, almost just straight up destroyed both of us. Yeah, man, that was fun. But that's when I realized like Eric's not a bad guy. He's not scared. So if you're scared of Eric or anything, don't be. He's awesome. He's a great guy.
I'm scared of me.
He's a great guy.
You don't need to be scared of me.
Just don't piss him off. He might shoot you. He knows how to use a gun. Clearly.
The greatest
if you
thing.
Really know me, you know that I can't shoot straight. So it's
the greatest thing ever. The greatest thing ever is when we finally met up in Bristol, and
I was hoping Bristol would come up in this conversation.
Oh yeah. So we're inside. We're in the track. We're standing there. Eric's gone. Eric comes back. Busts up. He's digging through something that he got. Oh, what the hell? I'll go. What? Guy buys a pack of batteries.
Oh my god, I forgot about
the racetrack. And he goes, look at these things. And he just holds them up. And every single one of them is corroded. Corroded to hell.
Yep.
Right. Hadn't been opened or nothing. Corroded as hell. So I'm sitting there. I rented a radio. It comes with one extra set of batteries. I go, here. And he just looks at me. And I go, here. I'm like, take these. Don't you need them? No. These have batteries. I don't think they're not going to die. All right. Well, you let me know. Those things die. I'm taking these out. I go, okay. I'm sitting next to John and Ryan. I look at them both. I go, he doesn't know I can't hear shit out of this thing anyway. I'm like, it doesn't go up high enough. And I have earplugs in. I can't hear nothing. I was like, this is just for looks at this point.
Oh, man. That whole...
So Bristol. So what can we and can we not talk about? Because everybody's going to be...
we can talk about whatever. Still, one of the all-time moments from Bristol is Cole saying he's never met a stranger in his life, and then he got violated by that one old man at the porta potty. Not violated like that. If you're
was with us there, John. It was me, you, Cole. Was Jeremy there?
Yeah, Ryan, I think it was Ryan was already in the seats because we didn't know Ryan was there. I think Nathan was walking up.
Was you with us at that time, Ziddle?
No, me, Jan, and Paul went towards like where we went in, where the merch trailers were.
So it was
So it had to be
Cole
you two, Cole, Jeremy,
and Nathan, I think.
And Nathan, yeah.
Nathan went to find somebody or something.
Other than Nathan, here I was with a bunch of guys that I just met earlier that day, and I was thinking, shit, here we go getting a damn fight here in the middle of before the race even starts. I thought the guy was serious.
Oh, I thought so too. I was just like, what is going on? And Cole is flabbergasted, and that was the only time that weekend that we saw him like that. And he talked to so many people.
So many people.
Oh my God, it was so funny.
That was the best. The absolute best part of it all is caution comes out. Everybody stands up, starts stretching out. People are just going around, and I'm still. I mean, we're 150, 200 laps in, and I'm still standing in this place going, this is unreal. Like, this whole track, you see it on TV enough times, it's still, when you walk in, it is unreal. So I'm just standing there, not paying attention to nothing. All of a sudden, 2 hands grab my shoulders and shake. I'm like, that's it, I'm dead. I'm going to end up in the middle of nowhere in Virginia. I'm done. That's it, we're dead. I turn around, it's Eric. And he goes, isn't this the greatest thing you've ever fucking seen in your whole life? I go, uh-huh. You want a beer?
Oh man, I think the best part of that is Eric didn't have a drink. I don't think you had a drink to drop a drop to drink that night.
A drink to drop.
A drink to drop. Yeah, I don't think you had anything that night. But I mean, you really didn't need to. That was
at the beginning of the race. Me and Cole shared a shot or two, but I didn't want to drink too much because I knew I was driving that night, and so I stopped several hours before I was driving again. But I tried to watch myself that night. I didn't want to get too shit faced. There it is.
I'll have this. I'll have this forever. This is the greatest thing I've ever decided to send out and make, and that's upside down.
Mine's back there. It's gonna get hung up there at some point.
Yeah, that was great. I mean, that was just great. Everything about it.
And I tell you, I was here. Let me give you guys a fact that nobody knows. I was sick as hell leading up to that race that week.
I knew this.
You
told me.
I'm talking. Yeah, I didn't work that entire week. I felt horrible. I mean, it had no energy, couldn't breathe, felt bad, and almost wide-eyed on the whole thing. And Thursday, I started feeling a little bit better. Friday, I felt a little bit better. Saturday morning, I got up and I was like, yeah, I'm going to try it. And of course, Nathan, and to get back how I got into the league, we didn't get to that, but
yeah, that was the next question. But
we'll get to that in a minute.
Okay,
we'll get to that in a minute. But Nathan is like, I'm getting these tickets. All these guys are coming, and I was like, I don't know these guys. I just know Nathan. I've met Ryan once or twice. I don't know if I want to go. And Nathan's like, yeah, come on, go. And I was like, all right, yeah, just go ahead and get me a ticket. I'll go with you. And I'm glad I did because that was a fun time, and can't wait till this year. We're just a couple of months away, ain't we?
Yeah, we're like 2 months away. A little over 2 months.
I can't wait.
I'm so pumped. That was probably one of the best things I've ever done in my life. I mean, you see all these stories all over social media all the time about, I finally met my gaming friends, and it's true. I mean, some of the best people in my life that I know. All my friends are on the internet now because I moved and I have no friends. But it was awesome. Other than almost dying on the way to Nathan's house, that was kind of sketchy. But apparently, the road to Eric's house is.
You GPS screwed you on that one.
Yeah, no shit.
It literally brought you just a few miles from my house, and you can ask Nathan. I live in the sticks. It's
yeah. I could hear banjos. I was scared. I'm going a different way next time. I'm gonna go past the mall and the old R&S shop and go that way. It was a lot easier. But yeah, man, that was such a fun weekend, and I mean, it's something that I would gladly. I'm gonna try my damnedest to make it a yearly tradition to go down there because I mean, from Southern Craft to golfing to walking 8 miles up that hill, that was that part sucked, but that was some of the most fun I've ever had in my life.
We're going to work out the parking situation a little bit better.
That was the other part where Nathan's like, "Oh, it's easy. We walk the entire length of the racetrack of 1 and 2 up the hill, back up the drag strip, which after you cross the line is uphill to stop cars going 300 miles an hour. Keep going uphill. Where are we going? Right. That is a 45-degree angle." I said straight up. Straight up. I go, oh my god, we're gonna die. I look at Paul. I go, we're gonna die. Like this is where it ends. I look a little more. Eric is running up the hill backwards, going, "What is wrong with you?" Jan looks at us and goes, I'm gonna trip him. I'm just gonna get behind him and trip him."
Couldn't catch him though. He's too damn fast.
You're right. You couldn't catch him. He was like, "I don't really feel like catching him at all." And then we finally crest the hill, come back down it to where the highway was, and it is blocked for miles, going one direction. So we're like, "What the hell's going on?" Eric goes, "I'm gonna go talk to the guy. I'm a cop. He's a cop. I'm gonna go talk to him." So okay, go talk to him. Comes back. What did he tell you? Nothing. That dude's an asshole. He goes, "I don't know. He told me it wasn't any of my business." Oh, that's nice.
Oh man. Yep. And then after that, after me, Eric, and Nathan left, we went and raided Ryan's house. Got these cool things. Pretty proud of him. I'm not getting the other one down because it's too far away. But actually, that one was farther, but it don't matter. And then we saw Christopher Bell's hauler on the way home. That was like the perfect ending to the whole night. Was Christopher Bell's hauler passing us probably faster than that 20 car went all night long. So, because he was slow. So, you started to touch on it. Oh, if this video gets 5 likes, by the way, if this video gets 5 likes, I'll vlog the Bristol trip this year. I'll bring my video camera and some. I'll clear out the 2 memory cards I got, and I'll vlog the trip.
So what are we doing this year? What's
I don't know. Nathan's ditching me. He said if I come down Friday, he ain't gonna be home all day Friday. So.
Oh, I'm coming down on Thursday.
I'll take care of it, John.
I might come down on Thursday then, and we'll see. It'll depend on work. I might take Friday, Saturday, Sunday off.
I didn't know if we had any plans if we was going golfing again or something else.
I'd like to go golf.
Of course, I don't golf. I'm
designated cart driver.
Yeah.
We
golf all day long because I loved watching Jeremy.
That was incredible.
That's just that's Happy Gilmore. 3 steps back, run toward the ball, and swing as hard as you can, and
hit it over the damn mountain.
As somebody who does golf, I watched that guy swing for the very first time and said, I looked at Cole. I said, "Where did it go?" He goes, "I don't know. It could have went 3 feet in front of him. I don't know. It's in the ground."
It is about time to start planning that, so we'll have to start figuring stuff out.
Yes, most definitely.
So you started to touch on it. How did you get in the league? I think I have a pretty decent idea, but tell everybody how you got into this big, beautiful. Well, it used to be a mess. It's pretty good now. It's pretty cleaned up.
So, I've been in iRacing a long time, and I never personally knew anybody that was in iRacing other than just people I would randomly meet. we might race 2 or 3 times, but that would be all I talked to them. As far as knowing them, I had no idea who they were, you know. But I had seen, of course, I guess you guys know I don't do Facebook, but my wife had told me she had seen on Facebook where Nathan had started iRacing, and he was putting some stuff on Facebook. And so mine and Nathan's relationship, I've known Nathan since he was born. His mother and his mother, her brother, which would be his uncle, is married to my aunt. So it's not by blood, but we've known each other our entire lives. And he grew up and lived up until he moved to Honecker, just 3 or 4 miles around the ridge here from where I live. So, I've always been around Nathan. We'd go on vacations together. Well, he would be there with our uncle, and then I'd be there too. And yeah, I think he went to a couple of the Charlotte races with us. We went through a spell there for about 10 years. Me and some friends and family would go down to the All-Star race and or the 600 and basically spend the week in what was called Rock City, just in a tent, just hanging out, And but I've known Nathan all my life, and found out Nathan was iRacing, and I can't remember if I reached out to him, he reached out to me, and when we realized each other was on there, and he's like, "Yeah, we need to get together sometime and race." I was like, "Yeah, okay." And he started bugging me about what's that other league, AMS?
Yeah,
he was running.
AMS.
He started bugging me. He said, "You need to join this AMS league. You need to join this AMS league." And I didn't. I was like, I don't want to get tied down. I just want to casually get on here and play and race, and don't really want to dedicate a night a week or something like that to anything like that. So, me and my wife was at the lake one day, and my dad's got a pontoon that we go out on every other week or so, at the lake, and we was coming back into the marina, and Nathan and his family was on another pontoon, and we just happened to come together as we was coming in the marina, and we started talking there. And we sit and talk for about 30 minutes, but Nathan was telling me, I want to go home and hop on and do some iRacing, and it was with the AMS leagues and practice for the race the next night. And he's like, you should get on. I was like, yeah, okay, we'll see when I get home, what I'm doing or whatever. And anyways, we end up saying bye and left. And my wife's like, you should get on there and race with him. You should get on there and race on iRacing with him. I was like, I don't really want to. And so she pretty much forced me. She's like, yeah, you're gonna get on there and race with him. It's like, all right, I'll get on there. So I got on there and raced with him, and he taught me into running. I think they run on Monday nights. Is that correct? Or
Yep.
they did at the time.
Yeah.
And he's like, why don't you get on here and run with me in the AMS league? So I was like, all right. So I got down and run one race with him. And I think I may have run 2 or 3 races in AMS, done just about as good as I've done now in Venom, back of the pack. And he started talking about this new league that he was in. And I think, was it the first season or the second season? I think it was halfway through the first season, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I got you down as July 13th, 2021, Watkins Glen.
Okay. Yeah. And he's like, won't you come into this league? And I was like, I really don't want to. Again, same deal. I don't want to tie myself down the night a week and get invested in and doing all this. So I thought I'll try a race or two. And I got in there, done a race or two, kind of caught the bug, and been there ever since. So it's I know I've spent a lot more money because of it. So I guess that's what I'm afraid of.
Ain't that the truth? Road racing's expensive. Oh, we're all gonna do our best, Joey. We're all gonna do our best, Joey Logano. Is that right?
Yeah.
If there's one track, Eric, you could run for the rest of your life in the sim.
Bristol.
How'd I know?
I was gonna say, I know the answer to that. Next.
All right, if it ain't Bristol.
One track. I like Dover. I like Charlotte. Not that good at it, but I like the track. And about any road course, I enjoy running at. My vote next year is going to be Mid Ohio. I like that track just about as much as I do Canadian Tire. So if we can't go to Canadian Tire, my vote's Mid Ohio.
Well, time to buy it and start learning it.
I was gonna say that's the that just happens to be the official this week too.
Yep.
I'm tempted to go. I'm tempted to go.
You're not far from it, are you?
No, probably like a 3-hour drive.
Where exactly you at up there?
By Dayton.
Okay, so I know I've asked you that before. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm on like the west side of the state.
You're not far from Rothburg either, are you?
Nope. 20. Bro, this is so cool. I learned this like 3 weeks ago. I can walk out my door, right? I can go get my car. I take a left out of my parking lot. I stop at a stop sign. I go straight. I stop at another stop sign. I turn right. I drive 20 minutes and I'm at Eldora.
So how many times you been?
0.
Bro.
The one weekend I was gonna go. Actually, that's a lie. I've been once, but it was for a wedding reception. The one weekend I wanted to go, it was me and my girlfriend's 1-year anniversary. And we drove to Indiana to go to a grad party for one of my best friends graduating college. And then we came back and we went the long way home so we could drive past Eldora, and they were doing hot laps in the non-wing cars. Justin Grant ended up winning that night in the non-wings. It would have been kind of cool. But yeah, I didn't want to, it's our day. It's not just my day. So I was like, yeah, we'll go back home and figure out something to do for the night. I think we went out to eat that night, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that was like the one time I was like, oh, I want to go. I watched, I didn't have the money to go to the Dream, so I ended up watching that on, I watched that on Flow. So yeah, I wanted to go to I was going to go to one night of the Million, actually. I was going to go to a night of either the Million or King's Royal, because they're coming up. Because Byers was supposed to come, and he bailed on it. So, bum.
We'll play. I got a couple years to retirement. When that happens, we'll plan that.
I got an extra bed.
We'll plan it.
I'll set up the extra bed. You can sleep in the sim racing room.
Yeah, I'm going to buy me a camper, and I've got a list of tracks I'm going to. So, Eldora is one of them.
I'll start making a bunch of money so we can go to Chili Bowl the whole week.
All right,
That's week. Right. Ziddle, you got any more questions for our resident hero?
No, I mean, not knowing that EB loved him some road course racing was good enough for me.
Yeah, he told me that the one day we were sitting in Discord just chit chatting. It was just the two of us. We must have been race night, and we both showed up early, and it was a road course, I think. Or
I can't remember.
I don't remember either. Yeah, it had to have been something like that. And you're like, man, I used to love this place in a road car, and I was like, I know what? And yeah, I learned that night. Where would we have even been at though? I don't even know.
It wasn't that Forsake that night race we done at
Motegi.
Motegi.
Yeah,
that was a cluster.
I think you said that place might have been fun in a road car, and then I was like,
yeah,
I didn't know you ran those, and you were like, oh yeah, and told me the whole story. Pretty sure that's what it was.
I couldn't see that night. I could not see the road.
It was dark. That was honestly, I couldn't see.
That was horrible.
Couldn't see Jack, but that was honestly probably one of my best drives in Venom. Started dead last and ended up like 6th.
I think good. First lap I bailed off on turn 2 and went off the track, and it was just crap from there on. So I don't know. I think I got a top 10 out of that, didn't I?
Time to pull up the record.
I can't remember.
Book. I was gonna say I got a record book on me. You finished 11th.
11th. I knew I was close to a top 10. How many started? 15? I mean,
you were only 2 minutes behind.
I had to have been 20-something. I think I started 22nd in that race.
21 drivers.
Yeah, 21.
Yep.
I've got nothing else for you. I think we've taken up enough of your time on America's birthday. Once again, would just like to say thank you for what you do on a day-to-day basis, keeping the community safe. And you're a real-life superhero, Mr. Breeding. We all love you for it.
I ain't nothing special.
That's what you think. But we all know.
Ain't nothing special.
If you're watching this and you've made it this far, Michael Crawl, we love you too. We didn't shout out the megastar.
I'm still sorry, Mike. Still sorry, Mike.
We haven't shouted out.
You said Michael Crawl.
I said Crawl, yeah.
Michael Crawl.
Yeah.
Okay, my bad. I said Dean. My bad.
We can shout out Michael Dean too. Shout out Michael Dean.
I'm sure I've pissed Crawl off somewhere along the way too. So. I'm
sorry. Michael Crawl will watch. I'm sure. Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. If this hits 5 likes, we'll vlog Bristol when we go this year. That should be fun.
Hell yeah!
And for those of you in the series that's not planning on coming to Bristol, shame on you.
Or stay away. We don't want you.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys in like 2 months when we record another one.
Right.
Peace. Oh, man.
Oh, Lord. I gotta piss.
Amen, brother.
Thanks. Thanks, Eric. We didn't talk about your prized buck back there.
Oh.
You say you can't.
That was sad.
Said you can't shoot straight. You got 2 of them up there.